Farotimi don't talk for this matter. Yes, in fact, Dele Farotimi talk for two things. He talk about the oppression, how they take gather, press, oppress, suppress Fubara. Then we also talk about that girl, a cop girl, NYSC girl. In fact, listen to what Dele Farotimi have to say. May not be like saying I spill everything out by myself.
The youth copper activist, Wishi Rita Uguamayi, otherwise known as Raye, is gaining traction for criticizing Tinubu's government.
No, she's not gaining traction for criticizing Tinubu's government. She's gaining traction for exposing the idiocy of the Nigerian people who do not understand that their primary duty in this situation is to speak to the truth of what the girl has said, not to be siding with our oppressor who are also their own oppressors. You talk about Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome has nothing on the Lagos or Nigerian syndrome. This is one place where the oppressed constantly fight against those speaking to the truth of their oppression or looking to free them from their servitude. So me, I don't know what the girl has done that they are all shouting and braying like maddened donkeys and rabid dogs. As far as I'm concerned, the young woman spoke to the truth of her reality, and they had better get used to it. And I dare you, Nigerian youth, speak your own truth and post it. If it is only Raye, they will be chasing her up and down the place. We should probably even have a day where everybody speaks to their experiences and post it online, and then let's see how many people they are going to go and arrest. Look, this is not about Raye. It's about allowing an atmosphere of fear where people are afraid to express their pains. How do you beat a child and then demand that the child should not cry? How? So Raye is not about Raye, it's about us as a collective. If you have found the capacity to criticize that girl for saying what you know to be the truth, you might quarrel with her language. And I know a lot of people quarrel with my own language as well. But it is not my duty to speak in a language that is pleasant to my oppressor. My oppressor can go do one just because he doesn't like my language. I hope he doesn't like it. When I speak in terms that are provocative, it is deliberate. I want the person who is oppressing me, limiting my capacities in my country, to be angry by my capacity to also speak to the fact of my situation. So if the girl has spoken in a manner that they don't like, let them address the truth of what she has said. To be all these farcical gyrations, she abused the president. How did she? He's a terrible president. Is that a lie? How much more terrible does the president have to be before we say he's terrible? He is terrible. The quality of life has been eroded for everybody, from the lowest to the highest. The only people who are having anything good in Nigeria today are essentially people who have been offered one toll gate or the other from which to be feeding fat on the Nigerian people, or they have direct access to the public purse. So if a youth copper who is feeling the pinch of life in Lagos speaks to that fact, how does that become an offense? We have become... The painful thing is that what is important is abandoned, ignored, and then we are chasing shadows. You don't like the way the girl said the truth that she has said.
Many Nigerians actually admire your courage, but fear government retaliation, as they're saying.
Fear.
What will you say to young Nigerians who want to fight injustice, but are afraid, sir?
See, the first thing you do if you want to fight injustice, speak. What Raye has done is to speak. You might not like the way she has spoken her truth. Speak it the way you feel it should be spoken. But do not take away a person's capacity to speak to the fact of their reality. Yorubas will say that the inability to speak to your pains is the beginning of your ruination. The girl spoke to her reality. If more Nigerians will speak to their reality, maybe they will be so uncomfortable they might even begin to do the right things.
Finally, sir, if you had just one message to share with Nigerian people right now, what will it be?
If you gain nothing else before 2027, make sure you have the capacity to choose who rules you. Because these ones that you are not choosing, they are ruining you. Look at what they are doing in Rivers. It offers you an example. And the fact that Yakubu Mahmood is still in office is a slap on every Nigerian. That guy should be out of that place and we should be focused on electoral reform. That's the only thing I would love them to hear.
Let's look at Nigeria's political landscape. The Rivers State political crisis, the impeachment threat against Governor Fubara, for example. I mean, the political crisis in Rivers State has intensified in the past 48 hours with the impeachment threat against the Governor Fubara. From a legal standpoint, is the ultimatum given by the State Assembly constitutional, or does it amount to political intimidation?
You see, when this Rivers State thing comes up in my space, I find myself in a little conundrum, which is easily resolvable. And here is what it is. It is not in my habit to get involved with squabbles amongst thieves. In the first place, Larry Fubara is Wike's creation. When they were trying to shake Wike, he was the one who was housing Simi in government house. How Simi became governor is not by the will of the people of Rivers State. It's by the will of wicked Wike. So when the two of them can, and why are they quarreling? They can't agree on how to share the people's commonwealth. And I'm supposed to have any interest whatsoever in what they do to each other. I assure you, in the best Buhari tone, I assure you verily, that I couldn't be less bothered with what the two of them do to each other. However, I always take the opportunities offered by the windows that they open when they are squabbling to observe the way they have trampled upon the lie they call Decree 24, that is the 1999 Constitution. Their quarrel has also helped us to see exactly how low our judiciary has descended. So, other than to note the peripheral issues, the desecration of the Constitution, the continuing demystification of the judiciary, other than to note those, I'm actually enjoying the mess that they are creating because they are telling us exactly what kind of people are ruining Nigeria. At no point since this imbroglio started has anybody talked about the interest of the people of Rivers State. It's been about the overbloated ego of the aspiring Hitler of Rivers, who is your FCT minister, and the inability of Similari to keep his own part of whatever devil's bargain they struck when it was being imposed on the people.
That's it. I've always respected this man because he says it how it is. You know, people when they talk I might be, many Nigerians don't like them. They come on air to attack us and all that and all blah, blah, blah. But I'm a huge fan of Dele Farotimi. A very, very huge fan. Anyone that is a voice to the voiceless, I'm a huge fan to them. What do I know? What can you say on this particular submission? Put on the comment section. Join us every day, 7 p.m. on NWATCH Media, so that you and I can interact and talk on what is affecting us in our country. Take care and bye for now.